Hi, my name's Costas.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Welcome to this week's episode of the weekly magazine.
Hello.
Again, we've got some interesting products.
Diverse, I think, this week.
Yes, very diverse.
Very diverse. And some good stuff as well. And a cracking blast from the past.
Absolutely. One of the best blasts from the past so far, I think, throughout all our shows.
I think anybody who's been into magic for more than a few years will have used this trick at some point. But for you guys who are quite new to magic, you're going to love this.
Absolutely. Now, competition time.
Competition.
Last week, I was actually quite surprised. Quite a few people got it.
Well, yeah.
The answer, yeah, it's...
I think the Z gave it away.
Yeah, probably. But newish magicians probably wouldn't have known who he is.
Well, the answer, in case you're wondering, was Jerry Sadowitz. So that was the anagram.
Phenomenal magician,
Brilliant.
we must add.
Superb magician.
Great comedian.
Yeah.
But don't try and see one of his live shows because he doesn't like magicians.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't, apparently. Go on, get the winner out then. We had a few winners. Quite a few people got it right this week.
Right, let's go for this one.
Did you pull a hair out of there?
I fixed it this week and I made sure that Andrew Reid has won.
Andy Andrew?
Yeah, that's actually his...
Is that his Facebook name?
I don't know, yeah, that's his Facebook name.
Andrew Reid?
Andrew Reid.
Well done, Andrew.
Contact us. No, it wasn't fixed.
No, it wasn't. We'll get something in the post. Okay, so this week's competition, we're going to stick with the anagrams, but we're going to go for a book. Okay?
A classic.
Don't give him any clues.
No clue. I never gave a clue.
So this is a classic book, Gastric Foams. Gastric Foams. Ooh. Okay, so...
Actually, I can't actually get the title of the book from that, so
yeah,
it's
a classic book. That's all you need to know.
one.
So if you do win off that, you're doing well.
Also, before Blackpool, we did put out if anyone comes to the stand with a orange or green hat and a superhero T-shirt, they get a prize.
Only one person did it.
Yeah, and it was Will Gray, and
so Will wins a
here's a
copy
picture.
of Cups and Ball, our new trick, Cups and Balls.
Yeah,
by Will Gray. So well done, Will.
Right, let's get on with this week's show. Now, the first once over this week is Bandwidth by Gregory Wilson. Now let's watch the official trailer and we'll come back and discuss it.
Soften it a little bit, can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Tell me when it looks weird.
No!
Oh. You want to blow people's minds? One word, bandwidth. Should fit a little bit better now. Try that out.
Maybe like hold it back. Looks like it was elastic.
Looks like elastic. It kept stretching, and then it snapped back and turned into a ring. It was bent and threw it up in the air, and then it was just on his finger. That's seriously the coolest trick I've ever seen.
Your ring, or a borrowed ring, you stretch it, you put it back to its original condition. You've just manipulated metal and their mind, both, will never be the same again.
Okay, so that was the trailer for Bandwidth by Gregory Wilson. Okay, so Costas, what do you think?
I like it a lot.
We say that a lot, don't we?
Oh, we do, but I do like this. The great thing about this, again, it's not card magic, it's not coin magic, it's a bit of the bizarre type magic. You know,
It's off the wall, isn't it?
Yeah, you're borrowing someone's ring and you're making it.
I saw Greg do this in person a couple of years ago, and it just looks so organic. You know, he just sort of takes the ring off his thumb and he says, "Oh, this is a bit weird, watch this," and he stretches it and you're just like, what? You know, it was one of them moments where you just like, you know, it's real, it's like a cartoon, it's like, you know, like eye candy really. So the nice thing about this is you get the props. The props are really, really well made. Really well made, and he's the way it's being made, you can actually borrow a spectator's ring, and do this. Okay, a gold or a silver ring. It's got to be like a wedding band. But if you know, you don't have to do that. You can just take your own ring off, let them examine it, stretch. So you get everything. Basically everything.
So you get a practice ring, which is a size 11 American, if I recall.
So it doesn't actually fit on any of my fingers, unfortunately, other than the little one. But
you also get the extendable ring,
the stretch one,
and also the squash one.
And then you get something else.
And everything else in order to make this work.
Now, as with a lot of products that are coming out these days, you do not get a DVD. You get a link. And on the link takes you through to Murphy's Magic, and the video is really well made actually, it's well filmed, there's a lot of chapters there.
You can choose the chapters, even though it's a video file online, you can actually choose the different chapters as well.
A lot of products seem to be going down that path at the moment. Now I don't mind it, because these days with smartphones and Wi-Fi and everything, it means you can watch it anywhere, you can buy it, watch it straight away, you don't have to wait till you've got access to a DVD player. And I keeps the price down a little bit.
I think the other beautiful thing about this is you buy Bandwidth as a product, but you can use either a gold or silver ring.
Yeah.
So the way the gimmick is made,
it's very clever.
It's very clever. So you can, you're not restricted to having to buy either a gold or silver.
You watch when Greg does it. He's wearing a t-shirt, short sleeves, you know, and it's a bit fiddly to start with. I wouldn't have felt comfortable performing it because I only sort of got the props today. But I would imagine, you know, a couple of hours you would have. It's angles more than anything, isn't it? So a couple of hours you'd have all your angles right. But like I said, when I saw him do this in person, you know, I didn't see a thing.
Well, I first saw the trailer when it was being pre-sold, and I thought, this is really nice. This is just the visualness of the expanding ring. And the ring going back small. It's just really,
I was
really
playing around with it in the shop earlier, the ring.
Yeah.
and just doing that stretching thing, and you were watching and you were like, that looks really good actually. And it just...
There's something, and it looks good. Better when it goes back. It just... It's not what I initially thought the gimmick was.
No. When we opened the package, you were like, what the hell is this? I think you thought it was a chopstick or something. Or a paper clip. So if it appeals to you, it's something that appears organic. It's something you can have on you. It doesn't take out much space up in your pockets or anything. In fact, if you put the ring on your thumb or your fingers, it takes up no space at all. Or you borrow a ring. So I would highly recommend it.
Absolutely, it's fantastic. Great ring magic.
So the next review, or the next once over this week, is Magician's Buddy, powered by Higpon's Amazing Room, apparently. Let's have a look at the official trailer.
Now you've seen the official trailer for
Magician's Buddy.
Magician's Buddy.
This is the most off-the-wall thing I've ever seen.
I haven't laughed so much in ages.
We didn't show the performance. I did a live performance of this for Rachel, who we use for our videos, and she laughed her head off, didn't she?
Yeah. I think it got one of the best reactions from her.
It's great.
It's hilarious.
Now the routines that he teaches, I mean, some of them use some real technical sleight of hand stuff, and there's a couple of self-working things there as well. There's the thing, there's the skeleton picking a card up. The table.
It's the skeleton rising a card.
The rising card, he picks it up, and it's really strange, but I absolutely love it. It made me laugh my head off. In fact, I think I'm going to buy one, and I don't do that very often, do I? The skeleton, right? It's so well made. All his joints move, even his mouth opens, right? You can get him to do all these little poses. Look at this.
And they stay.
And he crosses his legs and everything. But you can do card tricks with it. It's just genius. And you also get a card here with a sticker of it on the back. So that opens up other possibilities. The video is professionally shot. It's all done to music.
It's got
titles,
text.
There's no speaking really, but it's very straightforward stuff. There are some sleight of hand stuff in there, but it's so funny.
If you want a prop that's going to bring loads of laughs, you can't go wrong with this.
Well, also for Halloween shows and stuff as well.
Well, yeah, even though it's a skeleton, then you can use it in everyday performances.
I didn't think, when I opened this, I didn't think that I was going to recommend it.
No, me neither. I looked at, before you came, I had a good look at the props, and I thought, what is all this about?
Yeah.
Are they having a laugh?
And it's not cheap either, it's, £38, but it's honestly, it's so funny. And I came up with the routine quite quickly that we'll share with you if you do buy this.
Yeah, if you do buy this and you go back to the product page, there'll be a secret link that would be revealed once you logged into your account that would show the performance we did to Rachel, plus explain how we did it.
Now there's a bit, the reason we didn't want to show it on the show, there's a bit of business in there. I think it's quite funny.
I think it's hilarious.
I don't know. But listen, if you like this, if you've got for Halloween shows, it's something that just sits in your pocket. I really like it. I didn't think I would, so
it's great.
It's Tom Thumb after he's been on the diet, that isn't it? So that's Magician's Buddy by Higpon's Amazing Groom.
I'm going to get one of these, definitely. Now, last week's question and answer was...
The question, we set it during the quick Q&A last week, so if you missed it, it came from what we were talking about, and it's all about how do you dress at a gig, at a paid show. So I'll talk about what I do first. We've got a few answers, and then I'll tell you about some of the people I've worked with and stuff. I wear a suit, okay? I wear a three-piece suit, waistcoat, black suit, nice shirt with a double collar. I don't wear a tie. I never wear a tie anymore. I used to. I think it's more acceptable these days. If you watch people on TV, presenters on TV, on the news and stuff, less and less people are wearing tie. And even if I'm at a black tie event, I still look very smart. I don't wear a tie myself. I think that's acceptable. I think as part of the entertainment, as long as you look smart, you're okay. I wouldn't turn up to a black tie dinner, obviously wearing, jeans and all that kind of. In fact, I wouldn't turn up to any kind of a gig wearing jeans and stuff. But for me, I'm comfortable doing that. Okay. What about yourself?
I wear a suit. My suit is tailor-made, so it's all about presentation.
How long ago was it tailor-made?
It was actually tailor-made quite a few years ago.
Does it still fit?
It still fits because it's tailor made. It was made in order to allow for
natural expansion.
And it was created for various pockets.
Have you got some gimmick pockets?
I've got some pockets where I can have some double faces in one and various other bits.
I always find keeping gimmicks in separate cards, because you get quite warm when you work in the cards all warp and stuff. That's the problem I
found they fine, and the material in this jacket is fantastic.
Breathable.
Yeah, it's very breathable.
Okay.
Commenting on what you mentioned about a tie, I always wear a tie. However, I've noticed that a lot of magicians don't wear ties anymore, and I haven't tried not wearing a tie, because to me not wearing a tie, it didn't feel right. But a tie's always in the way. I
think it depends on your personality, doesn't it? If you wear a waistcoat, a tie doesn't get in the way particularly. Or if you wear, I know a lot of magicians that I've worked with, or I know like Darren Robinson and Mark James, they wear tie clips. You know, because if you are sort of crouching across the table, a tie it can swing in the way, and you know, getting somebody's dinner and stuff. You know, in all seriousness, that can happen, or drop into somebody's drink or whatever. You've got to be quite aware of it. Now, people I've worked with, like Gary Jones, for example. Gary wears a tie, but with a few sparkly bits on, so it looks showbizy and it looks a bit different. And in fact, I was working with a magician last night, and he bought one of the black jackets from Blackpool with all the sparkles across here. Okay. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I first saw them, when you see them on the stand, I thought, well, a bit cheesy, a bit naff and all that. He looked brilliant last night in this thing. You know, he really stood out, and I thought he looked smart, and he did look smart. So I think that's interesting. I think it's quite a nice thing if you do something like that. You know, it stands out that you're the magician. So let's have a couple of the answers from our viewers. So Ken Francis wears a dinner suit, a white shirt, and a bow tie. Left undone shoes. I buy one that are black but fancy style. Now this is an interesting point, Ken. I also keep a spare shirt in his car in case of an accident. Not a car accident, I'm a sloppy eater. Interesting point. Interesting point, yeah, a spare shirt. I know, and he's not a magician, but it's a DJ that I work with, and he's one of the best in the UK actually. He does all the big corporate events and stuff, and he takes 2 suits with him, because obviously he's setting up his equipment. He doesn't wear his suit to the gig, and he'll take a normal suit, and he'll take a tuxedo, and then depending on what the audience is wearing when they come in,
he adjusts his clothing accordingly.
Appropriately, that's right. So, you know, I've seen him, you know, look at get right, and I put my tuxedo on. So, I mean, for magicians, most magicians I know, they turn up in the suit that they've travelled in. Yeah. You know, again, someone like changing the subject slightly. Tracy Hughes, who's a friend of mine, he's a cabaret magician mainly. Does do some close up. Tracy goes to he never travels to a gig in his suit. He's got his suit in a bag. I've worked with him many times, and he never wears his shoes. He's got patent leather shoes, and he never wears them outside of the gig. So he's got them in socks. So they're kind of nice and clean. When he gets to the gig, he'll put the shoes on, he'll walk around the hotel where he's booked, and then when he's finished, he takes them off and he puts them back in. So they're immaculate.
Saying that, I do that whilst I'm driving.
You change your shoes?
I don't drive with the shoes that I'll be working in.
I thought you meant you change your shoes while you're driving. No, that's a good point, because your shoes do get scuffed up, don't they?
I don't like untidy shoes.
No. If people, when you turn up at a show, okay, and ladies especially, they scan you up and down, and the first thing they do is to look at your shoes to see if your shoes are clean. Now, I don't think they even realise that they're doing this. They're just scanning you to see whether you're clean and tidy. Okay, and they do notice your shoes. Okay,
we mentioned this, and I hardly do any gigs anymore. But if I do go and do a gig, I will spend more time in presenting myself than I'm deciding what I'm going to perform. Absolutely. The shoes have to be immaculate. I'm, you know, sorting my fingernails out and making sure I'm clean.
Fingernails, don't get me started. There's nothing worse than dirty fingernails. It's like you're showing somebody your hands and you've got grubby fingernails. Oh. Anyway, James Fortune. Hello, Dad. James. Now, James, he wears the same thing all the time, which is great, because I think with James, if you look, he's got a caricature as part of his marketing and stuff, and it's done in the same outfit, which is a nice idea. It's all about corporate branding, isn't it? He wears a full dinner jacket, tuxedo, with a dark red bow tie and a matching cummerbund. Okay, now again, it works for him. Warren Treadaway. For corporate gigs.
He only lives around the corner.
He does. He comes into the shop occasionally, doesn't he? Warren came to John's lecture.
Yes.
Yes. So for corporate type gigs, a suit and bow tie. For restaurant type gigs, a suit and tie. Okay. I'll let you read Andy's out. It's quite. Hello, Andy. Andy Nichols.
Andy Nichols. He wears a smart trousers and a shirt with a tie and a waistcoat. He doesn't like the restriction of a jacket. It makes him hot and the sleeves are uncomfortable. He also wears a custom painted Converse on his feet because he's aging disgracefully, and a Trilby hat. The hat is used for several effects, suits his personality, and it helps him stand out.
The hat does look good, actually. Have you seen Andy wearing these?
No, I haven't actually. Send us a picture, Andy.
Bobcat magic.
And he also puts, I never get mistaken for a waiter, and I feel I fit in at the poshest of weddings and dingiest of work dues. I wouldn't ever wear jeans or have magician's spiky hair, probably because I've got none left.
Interesting, yeah. I've worked with a few guys who, most magicians I know wear jackets. Okay, because we use the pocket space and stuff. Although there was 3 of us on the show last night, and the other guy, I've worked with him a few times now, he's really good. His name's Darren Kidby, and Darren wears a waistcoat and a black shirt, trousers, and he's got ropes hanging off his trouser, which is a really cool idea. I've never thought of that. So your belt loops on your trousers he's using to store props on.
Right, okay.
So he walks around and he's got the ropes.
And it still looks presentable in the process. It doesn't look scruffy because I've got ropes on.
That's right. So, you know, he's using the pockets in his waistcoat, his trousers, but he's also using his clips on here. And he looks smart, yeah, no, it's good.
This week's Blast from the Past is Club Sandwich by Andrew Normansell. Now let's watch a performance that Chris did earlier and we'll come back and discuss it.
Right, Costas, I'm going to get you to choose a card for this as well. So I'll run my thumb down there anyway you like. Cool, stop. Stop. Happy there?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You have a look at the card, show it to yourself. And do you want to pop it back? Fantastic. Right. So Rachel, I'm going to get you to choose a card as well. So you just call stop as well.
Stop.
There. Take it. Actually, I'll get you to sign yours. So if you take the, got your name on there. Show it to Costas. Excellent. And right. So obviously my job is to try and find both cards. Okay. I'm going to try and find Costas's first, using the 2 jokers. Alright, now if I take the 2 jokers, leave them here for a second, watch what happens. One card jumps up in between the 2 jokers. The 5 of spades. Wait, your card, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rachel, I've still got to find your card.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to get you to do this yourself. Reach in.
Just pick one.
Anyone. If that's your card, would you be amazed?
I would.
Yes?
No.
No, it's not there. Hang on. What about this one? No. Oh, and another black eye. It was close. Actually, let's try something else, right? Remember the Costas' card here?
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's brilliant.
Now you've just seen the live performance for Club Sandwich.
I love this.
I think it's one of my favourite tricks ever.
It's great. In fact, I used to do this all the time. All the time. I used to, it's when it first came out, oh God, how many years ago? 15 years ago or something.
Quite a few years.
It's really good. It's easy to do. It's, you know, there's so many different ways that you can take it once you get the basic premise down there. You know, you can make the card appear anywhere really.
It's so deceptive as well.
It's lovely,
and it's actually a very easy trick to do.
It is. Well, no, it is. You know, you do a card control, and that's it.
And everything's fully explained on a DVD by Mark Mason.
Mark
so
Mason teaches it.
Covers everything.
Covers everything. There's a few bonus ideas, the basic handling. But once you've got the basic idea down and the basic move, then you can use your own sort of creativity to come up with different variations and stuff. The way I did it was ever so slightly different to the way Mark did it on the video. You know,
it doesn't matter how you do it as long as the outcome is the same. And it's all about the outcome, is getting to that position, isn't it?
Yes, you basically, the first card appears face up between the jokers and then it transforms into the second card. Is the basic effect. So there's loads of different ways to go with it. But yeah, it's a killer. I've been, like I say, I haven't done it for a while. In fact, I'd forgotten about it until we came to do it, and now I've seen it.
And it's only £16.
£16. Yeah, you get the cards to do it with.
Yeah.
And you just need to add a deck. And you know, it's something that you'll do straight away.
I'd be surprised if there's someone that hasn't been in Magic for, let's say, over 10 years that hasn't had this at some stage.
And done it. No, that's right. But some of you newer guys, I think you'll be able to put this to good use. Yeah,
I think it's one of those tricks that is in calibre of like NFW and stuff, or double back with John Allen, where everyone sort of had it at some stage.
I think so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was. And it's not even the nice thing is, it's not even a packet trick, is it?
No, it's not.
You know, the jokers, you've got a reason for taking them out. The way I used to do it was I used to give them the pack to shuffle, and I say, would you be amazed if I could find the jokers after you've shuffled the pack? And they go, yeah. And
take them out of your pocket.
And it's like a bonus.
And also, after you perform this, you can use the deck for another because it is a normal deck.
Put the jokers back, carry on. Yeah. It's excellent.
Absolutely. If you want something that not that many people will be currently using, because it's not a modern trick, it's been out for quite a few years, I highly recommend you go and buy it, and you'll be performing something that not that many people or your friends will be performing.
Yeah, absolutely. These things, they come in and out of favour.
And it beats. This beats as a trick most of the tricks that are coming out nowadays. That's my opinion, because it's that strong.
No, it's good. It's great.
Andrew Normansell's best ever release as well, in my opinion.
I like it. Well, yeah.
It's a classic.
It's cracking. So
it's a classic.
We would recommend you track down Club Sandwich, JB Magic, Andrew Normansell.
Well, you don't need to track it down. We sell it.
Yeah. Track it down, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
That's this week's show. 3 really different products. You know, you got Bandwidth by Gregory Wilson.
Different. The skeleton helping you find a card.
Which is different. And then you got Club Sandwich, which again is a classic.
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong with any of them.
Gastric Foams, remember? Classic book.
Send us your thoughts on what the answer might be.
Yeah, and if anybody, I say this every week, if anybody's got a question they'd like us to put on the Q&A, please get in touch, and we'll ask it on social media and on our website and stuff like that. So
yeah, next week we're going to have a blast from the past, which is again another blast from the past.
Really from the distant past.
Yeah, from the distant past.
Cool.
We know what that is. We don't know what the new products will be. Actually, we do know what one of the new products is, but we couldn't have it on this week's show because we're a bit too late. So
all will be revealed.
Have
a great week, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Also, if you do buy I forget. If you do buy the skeleton thingy, which is
we've got a bonus trick here.
Yeah. We'll explain to you exactly how to find the bonus footage.
Okay. Have a good week. Thank you.